Hello, it's that time again when we get to tell you all about the wonderful and the inspirational events and people from Lincolnshire in episode 13. I know, episode 13 of the Links Lives Natters podcast. Well, we've got a treat today. Our guest is Darryl Blair from the Grantham Disabled Children's Society. Darryl is a trustee. He's one of the parent volunteers who runs series of activities for disabled children and their family in Grantham. Hello, Darryl. Welcome to the Links Lives Natters podcast.
Hello, Shelley. It's great to be here. Thank you very much for the invite.
That's all right. I wanted to bring you on to sort of tell people, our listeners, about what's happening in Grantham. So tell us about the society. Why was the society set up?
The society was set up 2008, initially as the Grantham Deaf Children's Society. And in 2013, the then trustees of the group decided to expand it and then open it up to more families of children with additional needs. So it makes it a little bit more inclusive. So 2013, they opened it up to more families, and they had an influx, I think, of about another 10, so about 30 families on the books.
I was going to say, as you opened it up and more people got to know about you, I guess the floodgates were open and people were like, help, can you sort of help us?
Yeah, it's everybody who has a child with additional needs, it's an emotional roller coaster ride that you start off on, and you think you're the only parent in the world who's got a child with additional needs, and you don't know what to do, what help there is, sort of what social aspects there are for you, what grants and stuff like that you can get. So open it up to the wider community. We're able to share our experiences of what we've experienced in life going through this journey, and we're able to assist other families.
Because I can guess it's quite a lonely sort of journey when you think you're the only parents out there going through this. I imagine it's quite a lonely journey, and then people find yourselves.
Yeah, it started off daunting, and then it was nice to meet other families and to learn and share their experiences. And when we started off, it was like, what's it going to be like in 5, 10, 15 years or so? And now we're getting to that stage, and we're like, yeah, what you told us then, right, we're starting to remember that now, and it's come to fruition for us. So we're now able to impart that knowledge that we got 5, 10 years ago onto the newer members who are joining the group now.
Yeah, and that leads brilliantly in to say, what does society actually do? How do you have those conversations? How do you engage those people?
Uh, we we don't have any sort of established premises, so we use like local businesses around the Grantham and surrounding area. So twice a month we'll meet up at the Jump Revolution, the trampoline park in Grantham, and we'll have a couple of sessions up there, where we'll invite the kids to come along, have a bounce, have a jump, have a bit of fun up there. And then all
Very
the parents,
informal, very
yeah, very
informal
very
sort of
informal. Yeah, the parents can sit down, have a chat, have a coffee, have
put
a
the
little
world to
bit,
rights.
put the work, yeah, exactly, and have a little bit of a respite. Because having a child with additional needs can be quite stressful on families. So the one of the things that we said about the group was to make it inclusive for siblings as well, because they sometimes, I won't say get left out, but a lot of the focus and attention will go on to the child with a disability. So we make it inclusive for all family members to come along. And during the summer months, we'll go out to Billy and Hay outdoor swimming pools. We'll have a couple of swim sessions out there. We also use the swimming pool at Bourne. We'll do exclusive cinema trips for our members. So we'll get relaxed performances in the cinema where we can sit down. They'll keep the lights up a little bit. They'll keep the music turned down or the volume turned down, so that anybody who has got autism, particularly, they'll not get spooked by the sort of noises and music in the films.
Yeah, if I could just jump in, for anybody who doesn't know what relaxed performance is, can you just explain for our listeners what a relaxed performance is, in case they're wanting to come along to your group and they wanted to go to the cinema, but they didn't know what a relaxed performance was?
Yeah, a relaxed performance basically is we speak to the cinema, we have it exclusive, so it's only open to families of children with additional needs. There'll be no adverts sort of run at the start of it. They'll keep the lighting turned up slightly so it's not totally dark, and the music will be on the volume of the sound will be turned down slightly so it's just not as loud as you go to a regular performance of that. Also, you can come and go as you please without sort of people tutting or looking at you
Yeah,
in
that
that sort of
happens a
way. You
lot
know,
in a
it does.
yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunately a lot of the general public they don't understand a child with autism how they can behave. They will adapt or they struggle in society and they can't process what's going on around them, so they'll have a meltdown. But people will just look at it and go, that child's naughty, misbehaving, not realizing that child is actually struggling to
Very, very
take it.
judgmental, because you
Yeah,
see children with a lot of children with additional needs or autism. They wear their headphones, don't they? They're at these events and they've got headphones on to protect them from that background noise. Is that am I in the right direction there?
you
They
are absolutely spot on with that. Yeah, it's just for them to help them process. They can still hear, but it just muffles out sort of a lot of the shouting, squealing, and screaming that you might sort of hear that can
Yeah, because
set them
I
off.
imagine you're getting quite busy at the moment because it's coming up for Halloween very, very soon, and I know that's one of the themes that you do a party for.
Yeah, we do 3 parties a year for our members.
Three parties.
3 parties. Yeah, we have an Easter party, um, a Christmas party, and then obviously the Halloween party. So a lot of the focus goes on to the Christmas party for obvious reasons because that's
Yeah,
probably
that's a big
the
one.
most. That's the big one. But yeah, Halloween will we're just going to have a little disco. Get our members to come along in fancy dress. That's including the siblings,
Oh, brilliant.
including the parents.
And the
Uh,
parents?
oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh,
Is it
yes.
competition between the parents? That's what I want to know. It's all like, oh, yes, I've got to get this done and I've got to get that done. Do you reckon there's a competition between the parents?
There will be because we're going to offer a prize for the best
Ah,
parent. Um,
the best
we
parents.
advertise it for the kids as well to come along, but how do you can't um you can't pick a child
No,
out to be the winner, so
no,
they'll
you
all be winners.
can't.
But yes, there will be a best prize for the best male and best female.
Oh, I don't want to
Um,
be the judge for the best parent.
no, it'll be somebody who's not connected to the group, so we'll probably get the guy who's doing the disco to pick, or one of the bar staff. We'll ask them to choose.
Oh, that's all right then, because I didn't want to sort of like be the judges sort of say, oh yes, I've got to pick one of these, where all eyes are on you and stuff like that. Obviously, you've got your Christmas party. I guess you have Santa come along as well.
Yeah, we do. We have a visit from the big guy. He takes some time out from the North Pole and drops in to see us every year and wish the kids a happy Christmas. And then we're lucky enough to receive some presents or selection packs that we will distribute out to each of the children to ensure that they get a little something from the group.
I
And
bet
that's
their little faces light up when they see Santa just sat there and say, "Oh, Santa's here," and their faces are so delighted and they just sort of light up.
absolutely, yeah. The big cheer that goes up when Santa makes his appearance, it's phenomenal. It's really good. It's
Yeah.
just
So with all that, sort of, how do you help people and stuff like that? Do people come to you sort of saying, "I have a child with additional needs. How can you help me?"
yeah. It's we're trying to get the group sort of better known within the local community. So we're in the process of producing some posters that we're hopefully going to distribute out to doctor surgeries. We're going to post them online via social media. We're also speaking to the likes of social workers and stuff like that to pass them out to them, so they can help
Would
publicize
it
our
be
group.
people just in the Grantham area that you'd mainly want to work with? But say if somebody from Lincoln or Spalding approached you, would you be in a position to help that person, or would you be able to signpost them to another service?
we could try and help them as best we could, and if need be, refer them on to some colleagues that we have within the healthcare service who could maybe signpost them to the better needs within their local community and stuff like that. But we'll never turn anybody away, no matter whereabouts they are in sort of the area. They don't have to be exactly in Grantham. We have some members who travel in from Sleaford, Stamford Way to see us, Ancaster. So although we are Grantham Disabled Children's Society, we'll not turn anybody away for who needs a bit of help or support. We'll do what we can for them.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. When how long have you actually been doing this, Darryl? How long have you actually been involved with the society yourself?
I joined it in 2013 when it got opened up to the wider community, and in 2014 I became a trustee of it, and I've been a trustee of it ever since. And we've just formed a little committee now to help be able to run more social events, because we have grown now to over 65 families.
That's very good. So the word is getting out there for you.
It is getting out there, yeah. Slowly, surely, we're getting recognised now, and we're able to help a lot more families.
Yeah. Do you fundraise yourself, or are there donations you get from people?
Both. We do a lot of fundraising. We have signed up to Lottery SK, which is a lottery that's run by South Stephen, and for every £1 that people spend, if they select Grantham Disabled Children's Society, we receive 50p of that. And so that's a nice little fundraiser for us.
Yeah. I mean, do you do any fundraising yourself, the parents and things like that? Do you? Because I think when I first made contact, you'd been out on a walk with a young lady.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was. That wasn't for our group. That was one of our members who'd been, I think she was walking, was it 5K a day or something for the air ambulance?
Wow, but she was one of your members, so
She was one
that
of our
was a
members. Yeah,
absolute highlight.
yeah. She did. I can't remember what she raised. So it was a phenomenal amount of money that she raised for the. I think it was it £2,000 or something, maybe.
Wow. So that was an achievement for her, and
It was,
especially for
yeah,
you guys as well, to have one of your members do that.
yeah. It was absolutely brilliant for her to be able to do that. To be honest, it was, she's got autism and struggled as well, but for her to be motivated to go out and do it every day in the rain and the sun, yeah, really,
What a
really proud of her.
fantastic story. And that brilliantly leads on, when you've been doing this, there must have been some real success stories that you've seen, in your time with the society and stuff. You must have some highlights of events, or like we've just discussed, the young lady, that have really gone wow to you, and you've gone wow at that
Yeah,
moment.
absolutely, yeah. We've fundraised for the last couple of years, and 2020 we were supposed to go to Disneyland Paris, but obviously the world
I
changed,
think, yes,
and
it did, didn't it?
it did. So that got postponed, and it was actually in 2022 that we went to Disneyland Paris, which was our third visit, and we'd fundraised for that. The parents who came along obviously paid for their room, but we heavily subsidized their room payments. We paid for obviously the coach and travel, the rooms that we stayed in, and we also managed to book a character breakfast, so we got to meet some of the Disney characters while
Oh,
having
I'm
breakfast.
jealous now. I'm jealous. I mean, I'm not going to mention my age, but I'd love to have breakfast with Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck. So I'm very jealous, Darryl, that you get to have a character breakfast with a Disney character.
Well, I'm over 50 and I still enjoyed it, so yeah, yeah. It's
I'm not saying anything, it's sort of like, I guess as all children are sort of somewhere, and you sort of like, yeah, I'm gonna have breakfast with Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck. What were the faces? I bet the faces were lit up and stuff
all
like that.
the beaming smiles off their faces when the characters appeared. It was just it brought a tear to a grown adult's eye. I'll say that there was a lot of must have been a lot of moisture in the air that day because there's a lot of
Yeah,
teary
that's what they
eyes.
say, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, there was a
yeah,
lot of moisture in the air that day and
it,
stuff
it
for
certainly
meeting Mickey
was.
Mouse and Donald Duck and stuff like that. How many families do you roughly take when you go to Disneyland Paris?
The first time we went, which was about 8 years ago, I think we had about 25, 30 families. And the last trip we went, I think because obviously the pandemic and stuff, I think we ended up with about 8 to 10 families went on the last trip. So,
So quite a good turnout for it then. Quite a good.
oh yeah. We managed to have a coach load of us going and all that. So yeah, it was really nice, and it's just nice to go on the bus at the coach station, and it takes us all the way to the hotel. And the driver stayed with us and was part of our group for the week.
How did you find the facilities in Disneyland Paris? Because I imagine they're quite geared up.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of support for if I say blue badge holders or children with additional needs. You can get like priority access to where you don't have to queue as much for the rides and stuff, and they will help. Um, Additionally, families get onto the rides and stuff like that. They were really good. And when they're doing the Disney parade, a lot of the characters who are in the parade would sort of take time to stop and come over and shake hands or wave or say hello to our members. So it was really good. And
I'm sensing a very happy dad with when he was talking about Disneyland Paris. I can hear like I went to Disneyland Paris and I can hear a very happy dad in there.
it was because it was, I'd done a lot of the organizing of it. So it was great to get a thank you and see the smiles on the kids' faces. That's part of the reason why I was doing it, was just to give families a chance to have a holiday and not to be judged upon, I suppose, and just
A
have
real
some
sense of
have some,
achievement for you.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounded amazing. Can people get involved in the society? Can businesses donate to you? Would you like volunteers? How can people get involved in the society if they haven't obviously got a child with additional needs?
Yeah,
Can they still get involved? Can they donate?
we're always on the lookout for tombola prizes or um unwanted teddies and stuff. When children grow up, they no longer need them. We do events where we offer people a chance to adopt a teddy bear or something like that. So
Adopt a
uh
teddy bear. That's
yeah,
different.
yeah, we do a little adoption certificates, and people can
Oh,
come
wow.
along and they pick the teddy bear, they adopt the bear, and then they look after it for however long they want to look after it for, and that way.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. And do you have volunteers that come along as well?
Not really. No, we just tend to rely heavily on our families to help out as and when they can for the events and stuff that we go to. But if anybody wants to volunteer with us, please get in touch with us, and we'll more than happy to get you to come along and help out.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. How can people contact yourselves? How and where can we find additional information on the group?
At the minute, we're only on social media. So if you have a look onto Facebook, and if you search GDCS information page, or you can send us a message on there, and we'll make contact you back. Or we were on Twitter, or X as it is now, and you can search
Whenever it decides it keeps changing its name to all different things, and yeah.
exactly. Yeah. They can look out for at GDCS 2013, and they can contact us there. Hopefully, going forward, we'll look at getting a website set up where people will be able to find out more about us and do some research there. So if there's anybody who could help us with set up a website for us, please get in touch. That would be brilliantly.
So, if any of our listeners are listening and they are in a position to help Darryl design a website and perhaps a little bit more social media help, please free to contact myself or contact Darryl, because I know he will be very grateful at the help for that. Um, Darryl, it's been an absolute pleasure. What we will do, we will put this on the podcast, obviously, and we will put all your information how to contact you on our sites as well. And also, once you get some more information, we're very happy to share it on our podcast as well. But Darryl, Blair, thank you so much for talking to the Links Lives Natters podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We hope you enjoyed the new episode, and it was a real pleasure to natter with Darryl Blair from the Grantham Children's Society. All links to the charity will be available in the comments section. My thanks to my production team for all their hard work in producing the podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast and want to help it grow, head to our social media pages on Twitter and Facebook. Also, if you would like to subscribe, head to our YouTube, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or Google Podcast. Please share this episode with others who may be interested. See you next time for another great episode of the Links Lives Natters podcast with myself, Shelley.